What's up with the squad? Back with another video. You already seen what's going down. Make sure you go check out Doug and Exile in the description box down below. Definitely geeked to get this video. Happy New Year, y'all. Let's get in the video.
Have you actually been a victim of unfairness? I don't mean fake victim like some student in some struggle section, hug box, ooh, my feelings hurt. I mean someone who's been actually like sent to human resources where a fellow employee lied against you, had to go to court for something that you were falsely accused of. Well, there are millions of Americans that experience that. And now this backfires on Fani Willis because they all relate to Trump.
I think my first time getting in trouble, we gonna definitely get in the video, y'all. I like giving y'all stories. It gives y'all insight of my life. So when I was 15, I worked at McDonald's, right? And this is probably the dumbest thing y'all ever heard. I worked at McDonald's, right? And we used to always get free meals. You know, they changed it now. I think they put like a limit of like $10. Because when I left McDonald's, this was like years ago. I'm 25 now. This is when I was 15, 16, 17 years old. Well, I think just 15, 16. But anyways, I had got it. You know, we could get meals. Like we got a break. We got free food for break, and then we got, you know, food to take home. So while all that happened, they changed it to, you know, the $10 or whatever, you know, and I had ate my food for break. And then when I was leaving, my shift had ended and we was closing down, and I took a smoothie, a strawberry banana smoothie home. It was like a small strawberry banana smoothie. And the next day I got there, I promise y'all, the next day, and this has nothing, I mean, it's just, the next day I got there, I got in trouble, written up, almost fired for taking a small strawberry banana smoothie. And it kind of messed with me because it's like, bro, I'm saying, we talking about like I don't know how much they are now, but there was like $1 or something for a strawberry banana smoothie. And I always think about that because it's like, the lady didn't like me so much. Her name was Miranda. Miranda, I hope you're watching this. Hope you're watching it, Miranda. She was always on my top. Like, she was always just like, do this right and do it like. And although, you know, it's a food establishment, it's McDonald's. You know what I mean? We're not talking about like we at Ruth Chris or nothing. We're at McDonald's. And I took a strawberry, and I feel like, honestly, like a lot of people like looking at the fact that, like, I'm sorry y'all that I'm y'all can skip this if y'all want to, but like I can see if, you know, it was like different, but just think about that. Like, you never know what's going on in somebody's home. Like, I didn't have to, you know, go through that, and I'm blessed, you know, but it's a lot of unfortunate. You never know, and to be like that towards somebody is like messed up, you know. But I had to share that with y'all.
Trump, they're agreeing
Miranda,
with him. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple with more good news as we follow Trump all the way into the White House in 2024. Here's the tweet from Jeff Schellenberger, quote, "Why is support for Donald Trump so high even as he faces 91 felony charges?" Part of the answer might lie in this fact. 77 million Americans have criminal records. Why is political support for Donald Trump so high even as he faces 91 federal charges in 4 separate cases? Though polling suggests that a criminal conviction could cost him the election, which I don't believe, observers have been surprised that the indictments themselves haven't done more to dent his support. Yeah, even if they get a conviction, it's going to do the same thing. He's going to get more popular. Put differently, why isn't the lawfare against Trump working yet? This is a huge admittance to Fani Willis that your lawfare is not working. Jack Smith, lawfare, not working. Chutkin, Alvin Bragg, you failed. Part of the answer might lie in this fact. 77 million Americans have criminal records. By the way, Trump, that's how many votes Trump.
I get all of that too. Like, I understand all of that, but real recognize real. That's all I'm gonna say. Real recognize real. That's just what it is.
That's a lot of people. They have criminal records, meaning they have at least been arrested. Many of these people may find themselves identifying with the 45th president because of their own experiences of being accused, arrested, charged, and forced to defend themselves. Of course, many of these roughly the same number of Americans have an arrest record, as have completed a 4-year bachelor's degree. Same amount of people who've been tried of something and have a college degree. So while the Bidens are counting on all of the woke, leftist, overeducated white snobs to support them, Trump has opened up a brand new constituency of people who've been arrested. Think of how many of them feel like they're innocent and have been falsely arrested, or even if they agree with the arrest, that they were overly convicted.
But just not even them. Think about their family members. Think about their friends. Like them too. Like that puts an effect on on family members and friends. Like, oh, like that's wrong. Like he shouldn't have been that way. Like people are starting to see and realize stuff that went on in their lives, as well as they see what's going on with Trump, and that's just
partially convicted, unfairly convicted. That's about 1 in every 4. Disaggregate that by race and sex, and the numbers are even more jarring. Almost half of all black men and nearly 40% of white women have been arrested by their early 20s. Half of black men and 40% of white men, that's half of us, who can relate to Trump's arrest. So it's not going to work on them where they just automatically judge him. They know that the police and prosecutors frequently exaggerate to make defendants look bad and thus advance their own careers.
Let me tell y'all something, and we're going to let the video play unless I see something and hear something I like. There's 2 people in this world that, are and was against Trump. You have people that just didn't like Trump because people don't, some people don't like Trump. And then, you have people that didn't really, used to like Trump, but starting to see, they actually like Trump. And then, those are the 2 people that you have. So it's a lot of people that just don't, that's obviously going to stick to what, I don't like Trump. I don't like what he stands for. That's going to say stuff like that. But then you also have people that's actually looking like, what is really like the issue? What was going on with Trump? And they look more into it, because it's a lot of people that just go and say, they look at one thing. I don't like this person. Instead of actually figuring out and looking at, different articles, different, researching at this and researching at that and looking at this, instead of doing that. And, you have that person that'll turn everything around. Oh, I see what's going on now. And then, like I said, you have those people that's just like, I don't care. I don't like them.
Which is what the judges have done against Trump. When the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, many formerly arrested Americans would have thought back to when the police entered their homes, searched and impounded their vehicles, and dredged through their social media. So they're having sympathy for him. The one thing that the left did not want for Trump is our ability to make him even a billionaire orange man even more relatable. Even among those who've never been arrested, there are many who have nonetheless been treated like criminals, as Sohrab Ahmari details in his recent book, Tyranny Incorporated. Private sector realms of work, housing, healthcare, and credit are frequently ruled by a punitive fashion. This is like going to human resources, losing your job. It's like being on trial. When Americans who have faced the business end of the criminal justice system see the lawfare waged against Trump, they draw parallels to their own lives. They know what it's like speaking to a judge in court, not a cocktail party like the Biden people. They may recall trying to maintain composure even as the judge is snide, arrogant, or haughty, like Fani Willis. Many Americans have suffered institutions and lost their jobs because a worker lied about them, or they failed a drug test, or some sadistic manager.
We gotta skip over that part.
The moment of accusation, the struggle to defend.
One thing about it, I probably like, why Recklezz skip? I try to work on my cussing. I try to work on my cussing. I try to work on my cussing just mainly, for myself, but also for the language of my daughters. One thing about it is that a lot of people have to watch what they say. And I'm not no saint. I'm not saying that I don't cuss or anything like that. I'm saying I'm working on, not doing that, especially with having girls around. My little sister's here a lot. My girl is here, obviously, and our two daughters. And one thing that I don't like is when a man cusses so much in front of women. I feel like that is like highly disrespectful. I feel like that's highly disrespectful. Like somebody come in like trying to show out and like cussing and thinking it's cute. And some women, although they enjoy it, they like it, but those are the women that don't care about themselves. Is one thing about it. And I'm not saying that because everybody does. But one thing, and I'm not saying that you just don't, but it's a lot of women that for real don't care about themselves when you just have a man just disrespect you and cussing you, calling you out. Y'all know the names, calling you out the name. I don't like stuff like that, so I try to work on that, especially when you have little girls around or little kids in general. But I say especially little girls because, I don't know. And it changes you as a man too. It changes you. I'm getting off topic, but it definitely changes you as a man when you have daughters. When you have daughters, and you have your first daughter, it changes you. I'm not gonna lie, it changed you a lot, and a lot of men know exactly what I mean by that. It changed you a lot, and women too. I'm not just gonna be that type of way, but a lot of women too because they see it. But I look at the fact that a lot of it changes you. It definitely does. So that's why I skipped over that part. I just I don't like it on my channel or anything like that. So I try to strive for the best.
Themselves, the embarrassment, the worry, the waiting, the dread. When they see similar things happen to Trump, they can perfectly identify in some small way. So this is about empathy. The left, in attacking Trump, made him into a legit victim. And there's many of us who have also been legit false accused, lost work, etc. The choice to pursue lawfare as a central electoral strategy may turn out to be yet another indication of our elite's detachment from reality. It won't be the first time. They seem to not know the country they govern. Who loves the American government and judges? Nobody. Who loves indictments? Nobody. We know what it's like to fall on the wrong side of it. This lawfare, this dangerous state is a bigger threat than anything Trump did on January 6th. I'm Doug, and
I'm telling y'all, it's one of those things, y'all. It's one of those things, and like I said, a lot of people start to see what and realize what's going on, obviously, and I don't see anything going any further. Like I always say, and I know this for a fact, I can't wait to see the reactions of when he wins. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out Doug in Exile. Make sure y'all email me, LifeWithRecklezz@yahoo.com, or DM me on Instagram, LifeWithRecklezz, for more videos for me to check out. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. Happy New Year. Stay positive. Stay healthy. And pray as much as you can.